Hey everyone, I am with Ali from Kwema.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. Now what do you say when people ask you what your name is?
Like Ali, like with the greatest, fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Okay, and that is a mentality that I need everybody to have.
Yeah.
How are you doing today? How do you think the competition went?
I thought it was great. Like, I mean, everybody's doing some awesome stuff, and honestly, I don't care for them. Like, I'm happy to have been there with other founders who have done awesome stuff and keep doing that. So.
Yeah. So where are you from? Are you from Milwaukee or Wisconsin?
No, actually, I'm from East Africa, from Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
I moved to the U.S. about like 6 years ago. Lived all over the world. I lived in Latin America, lived in the Middle East, lived in Africa, and have traveled quite a bit to the U.S. too. Like started the company in Alaska. First investment came in Alaska.
In Alaska.
So I spent a summer there, and then I moved to Ohio, then moved to Pennsylvania, and then finally moved to St. Louis in the last 3 years. And St. Louis has been so good to us. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So how'd you hear about the competition?
So I'm pretty involved with the on-ramps events that they have that Generator hosts, and I think from one of their emails I did see like a Summerfest Tech competition, and I had never been to Milwaukee, and we're talking some hospital systems here, so I thought I might be able to shoot two birds with one stone.
Mm-hmm.
I actually ended up going to buy a shirt just last minute because I didn't bring one because I got a last minute meeting tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, that's why I'm here, right? Like,
Yeah.
that spontaneity and the fun.
I have to ask you, what did you think of Milwaukee before you came here?
I've heard good things. So I've
Okay,
been to
good.
Madison, but I've never been to Milwaukee. I've heard only good things.
Okay.
It seems like an awesome city, and I've been here since yesterday. I went to a couple restaurants, bars, and I really liked it. I feel like there's a cool vibe going on here.
Yes, Milwaukee, you got it going on.
Oh yeah.
So tell us about Kwema and how you guys figured out that this was something you need to do.
So it actually started when a close somebody we knew was kidnapped, and it was kind of shocking because she had left the airport and asked her mom to wait for her home with cab money. And on her, she never made it home, so her mom was expecting her, and she didn't show up. So her mom started asking her friends, sharing the news on Facebook, on social media, and it became viral. And that actually saved her life. It made the kidnapper let her go.
Wow.
So like she actually made it back home, but like the stats are not in favor of sex trafficking in women, unfortunately. So we started the company. We were thinking, what if we could replicate that? And created a device the size of 2 quarters approximately, and we could put it in discrete wearables. We initially started with smart jewelry and made it like bracelets or like clippables and stuff like that. And we got traction, but we weren't necessarily saving lives or preventing incidents from happening. We just notified people that this incident happened. So in that process, we ended up finding this bigger problem around employee safety, and then pairing that with like a professional security detail that companies normally provide for their employees. So corporate security, safety departments are in every company almost. So in hospitals even more so. So it was just that we found an easy way to make something that every employee wears smart, and we thought maybe this is the ticket out of like to make this big. And it turns out it was like it started getting a lot of traction. People understood our value without us telling them what it was, you know, and that's how we figured it out. So we applied for a patent, and we're patent pending. Nothing like this in the market right now, which is crazy. Like you would think it exists, it doesn't. And yeah, it's been great. Like we've already prevented some incidents in hospitals, and see this only being more of a healthcare security standard across the country and the world.
Yeah, it's definitely very innovative. Now, do you only want to make it in the healthcare field, or you think you might branch off eventually and have it in other areas or other workplaces as well?
That's a good question. We have implemented something in a plastic manufacturing facility. We have insurance agents using our products, but the value we're providing in healthcare safety is so high, and the market problem is so big. Like we just found out today that we won a grant from the federal government of Korea, and they'll open the door for us in South Korea to sell to even more hospitals there. And guess what? Violence within hospitals in Korea is also a big thing.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I had no idea that hospitals was a big place. Because is it mostly patients or random people coming into healthcare facilities?
So there's patients are like the anchors that bring the violence to the hospitals. So patients, family members, friends, sometimes like gang members, people come in to finish the job, like just all types of stuff that happens, abductions. And hospitals are designed to be like a welcoming environment. So anybody can just walk in and be in a hospital, right? So it brings certain problems as well. So it's just the nature of the emotional reality that hospitals face, like somebody died or something went tragically wrong with somebody, and that happens a lot, unfortunately, because I mean, we're humans after all. We're not forever living, so that brings a lot of violence, and it has always brought violence. Now, with the pandemic, it's gone like 500% worse. So I scroll through my LinkedIn feed sometimes, and everything's about some incident or quasi-incident that happened in the hospital. It's very sad.
I've seen a lot more incidents lately too, even when it comes to like the mass shootings and things like that. That I feel like has just gone up tremendously. But how does the product work? So when you press the button, what exactly happens, and how fast does that happen?
Yeah, so press the button, 3-second holds. Syncs with, if you're within a hospital, it syncs with a Bluetooth listener, we can call it, that's strategically placed in your hospital, and can send an exact location to the corporate security or the behavioral emergency response teams, whoever is set up to respond to that facility, whether it's a psych ward or it's like an emergency department, and they can only get to you anywhere as low as 15 seconds, as high as like 90 seconds and 120 seconds. So it really depends on the infrastructure of the hospital and how well set up and dispersed they are, but most hospitals are very good at that. So we're just leveraging the fact that a nurse or a frontline worker can call for help discreetly, like, hey, I'm just a nurse with healthcare system, like, I know you're aggravated, sir or ma'am, like, please talk to me and let's see what I can do because I'm an ally, right? While she or he is doing that, she's already pressed the button and the perpetrator doesn't even realize that. So that buys time, and then that also calls for help, so that healthcare worker has peace of mind. And that's very expensive and important, because I don't know if you know this, but like a lot of states have nurses not renewing their license. Like 40% of nurses are not renewing their license because of how dangerous it is at the workplace.
Really?
So it's such a big problem.
Wow, it reminds me of when someone's robbing a bank or something and they're like, don't put your hand on the button.
Yeah, because they know, exactly.
They know. And then it's over. So it's like, well, I've been caught.
Because now you make it worse, because they're like, no, they have shorter time to react. And they normally aggress way faster.
Yeah.
So you don't want. That's what's currently happening in the world. That's why most nurses are not wearing their current panic buttons they're given, because they're big, clunky, obvious red buttons like they're wearing on their collar,
probably flashing.
Yeah, making noise like, oh, I wonder what that is, right? So that's unfortunate, but it's awful truth.
Right. So how can someone get their hands on one of these lovely devices?
So we have a contact form on our website. It's kwema.co, or they can reach out to me directly. It's ali@kwema.co. And yeah, we're happy to talk. We're getting a lot of traction and interest from healthcare systems across the country, as far north as Alaska, as far south as Florida. And we're super focused. So healthcare worker safety is our priority, and we don't see us deviating from that, because there's millions and millions of healthcare workers that need our products. And we designed our product thinking over that and designing it so that it's so easy to get buy-in and to show the value that healthcare workers do, and also the value they deserve. And currently, a lot of things are not working in their favor, unfortunately, when it comes to violence.
And we don't even know about it. You know, I feel like it's so under the table.
It's so underreported, yeah. So that's something else that we've been getting buy-in from, is how much we can report it. So insurance companies also pretty interested in that, because we're shedding a light to a problem that's way bigger than people think it is. If we're just seeing the tip of the iceberg, the amount of violence, like some healthcare workers go home, like, and we've talked to security leaders who have wives as healthcare workers. When they go home, the first thing they do is go on the floor, cry their eyes out because of how bad their weeks and days are sometimes.
Wow.
So it's that emotional, mental stress that they're carrying the back of their weights, and it's just unacceptable.
Right. And lastly, what would you do with the money if you were to win?
Ooh, that's a good question. So to be honest, like, we would not be here without our team and advisors. So I had a plan in the books this year already to do some kind of retreat where everybody would come to one city and just all be together, especially in this like post-pandemic remote world, and just have fun, like spend a weekend together where we brainstorm and work and remind ourselves that we're doing a good job, you know, because we're so in the weeds right now, and like we have times to catch up and stuff. It's almost like always like, hey, we gotta do this. Like, we have this huge responsibility to come through for these people, so we can't take that lightly, right? So I think that would be what I would spend the money for, to be honest.
Yeah, especially since COVID, it's good to be around people again. So definitely want to enjoy it. But good luck to you.
Thank you.
I hope you do a fabulous job in all of your future endeavors.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
No problem.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Kwema.